Ronaldinho Gaucho. The name itself evokes images of breathtaking skills, infectious joy, and a unique brand of footballing magic. But behind the dazzling smile and mesmerizing footwork lies a story of resilience, determination, and an unwavering passion for the beautiful game. Born Ronaldo de Assis Moreira in the humble favelas of Porto Alegre, Brazil, Ronaldinho's journey began amidst hardship. Life in the favelas was tough. Resources were scarce. But football offered an escape, a dream. Tragedy struck early when Ronaldinho lost his father at the tender age of 8. His brother Roberto, also a gifted footballer, became his guiding light. Roberto recognized his younger brother's prodigious talent and nurtured it with unwavering dedication. The streets became Ronaldinho's first football academy. Here, amidst the dust and the bustle, he honed his skills, his natural flair blossoming with every touch. It was in these concrete playgrounds that the world first glimpsed the magic that would later captivate millions. Ronaldinho's talent was undeniable. He possessed an uncanny ability to control the ball, his feet dancing around it with effortless grace. Word of his abilities spread beyond the favelas, reaching the ears of local coaches and scouts. They had never seen anything quite like him. He was different, special. A star was emerging from the dust of the favelas, destined to illuminate the world with his dazzling talent. Ronaldinho's rise from the streets to professional football was meteoric. At the age of 13, he scored a staggering 23 goals in a single game, announcing his arrival as a prodigious talent. This performance served as a springboard, propelling him into the youth academy of Grêmio, one of Brazil's most prestigious clubs. His ascent through the ranks was swift. He quickly outgrew his peers, his talent too immense to be contained within the confines of youth football. At 17, Ronaldinho made his professional debut for Grêmio, marking the beginning of a legendary career. The teenager took to professional football like a duck to water. His exceptional dribbling skills, vision, and passing range were immediately apparent. Fans were mesmerized by his audacious tricks and the sheer joy he exuded on the pitch. Ronaldinho wasn't just playing football, he was living it, breathing it, and sharing his passion with every touch. His performances for Grêmio didn't go unnoticed. European scouts flocked to watch this young Brazilian prodigy, recognizing in him a rare and special talent. The world was taking notice. The boy from the favelas was on the cusp of global stardom. And in 1999, at the age of 19, he received his first international cap for Brazil, solidifying his status as one of the most exciting prospects in world football. The stage was set for Ronaldinho to conquer the world. Ronaldinho's playing style was a mesmerizing blend of artistry and athleticism. He possessed a unique ability to turn the impossible into the inevitable, leaving defenders bewildered and spectators awestruck. His dribbling was pure magic. The ball seemed glued to his feet, obeying his every command as he weaved through opponents with effortless grace. He moved with a fluidity and unpredictability that defied logic. But Ronaldinho was more than just tricks. He combined his exceptional ball control with incredible vision and passing range. He could unlock defenses with a single pass, finding teammates in tight spaces with pinpoint accuracy. His no-look passes and audacious flicks became his trademark, adding an element of surprise and entertainment to every game he played. He was a showman, an entertainer who lived to bring joy to the fans. His style transcended mere effectiveness. It was about self-expression, about playing with freedom and joy. Ronaldinho reminded everyone that football, at its core, was a form of play. He embraced the spontaneity and creativity that made the game so captivating. He wasn't afraid to try the unexpected, to attempt the outrageous. And more often than not, it came off, leaving opponents in his wake and fans roaring in delight. In 2003, Ronaldinho embarked on a new chapter in his career, signing for FC Barcelona. This move would prove to be a match made in heaven. At Barcelona, Ronaldinho found the perfect stage to showcase his extraordinary talent. The Camp Nou, home to the Catalan Giants, became his kingdom. He was embraced by the fans, who adored his flamboyant style and infectious enthusiasm. Ronaldinho's arrival at Barcelona coincided with a period of relative decline for the club. They hadn't won a La Liga title in 5 years, but Ronaldinho's arrival injected a much-needed dose of optimism and excitement. He led by example, inspiring his teammates with his brilliance and unwavering positivity. Under his guidance, Barcelona returned to winning ways, clinching the La Liga title in 2005, ending their drought and signaling the dawn of a new era of dominance. His time at Barcelona was marked by numerous unforgettable moments. Who could forget his stunning solo goal against Chelsea in the Champions League, a goal that epitomized his individual brilliance, or his two-goal masterclass against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabéu, a performance so dominant that it earned him a standing ovation from the opposition fans? Ronaldinho wasn't just winning games for Barcelona, he was winning hearts, captivating the world with his magic. Porto Alegre, a bustling city in southern Brazil, breathes football. It's a place where the sport isn't just a pastime, it's a way of life. The streets resonate with the cheers of fans and the echoes of countless kickabouts. This vibrant footballing culture became the backdrop of Ronaldo de Assis Moreira's childhood, a boy who would later be known to the world as Ronaldinho Gaucho. Born in 1980, Ronaldinho's life was intertwined with football from the very beginning. His birthplace, Vila Nova, a humble neighborhood in Porto Alegre, was where his journey began. It was a community where dreams were nurtured on dusty pitches, and Ronaldinho's innate talent was evident from his earliest days. Even as a toddler, Ronaldinho was drawn to the ball like a moth to a flame. He would spend hours juggling, dribbling, and honing his skills, his infectious laughter echoing through the streets. The concrete pitches of Vila Nova became his first training ground, each touch a step closer to greatness. Porto Alegre, with its rich footballing heritage, played a pivotal role in shaping Ronaldinho's destiny. It was here, amidst the city's pulsating passion for the sport, that a star began to rise. Football was more than just a game for Ronaldinho's family. It was a shared passion that bound them together. His father, João, a former footballer himself, instilled in him a deep love for the sport. João's own dreams of footballing glory were cut short by injury, but he poured his heart and soul into nurturing his son's talent. Ronaldinho's older brother, Roberto, 10 years his senior, was already making waves as a rising star in Grêmio's youth academy. Roberto's success fueled Ronaldinho's own aspirations, and he would often accompany his brother to training sessions, his eyes wide with admiration. The Assis Moreira household was a testament to their love for the beautiful game. Football was a constant topic of conversation, and the television was always tuned to matches. Ronaldinho's mother, Miguelina, a pillar of strength and support, embraced her son's passion, creating a warm and encouraging environment for their talents to flourish. The family's modest home was filled with laughter, music, and the undeniable spirit of football. It was a place where Ronaldinho's childhood unfolded, surrounded by the love of his family and the unwavering belief that he was destined for greatness. Tragedy struck the Assis Moreira family when Ronaldinho was just 8 years old. His father, João, the man who had been his mentor, his biggest supporter, and his hero, died in a tragic accident. It was a devastating loss that shook Ronaldinho to his core. The pain of losing his father at such a tender age was immeasurable, leaving a void in Ronaldinho's life that could never be filled. However, amidst the grief, he found solace in the beautiful game. Football became his refuge, his way of coping with the immense loss he had suffered. Ronaldinho carried his father's memory with him every time he stepped onto the pitch. He played with a newfound determination, his every touch a tribute to the man who had instilled in him such a deep love for the sport. His father's absence was deeply felt, but it also ignited a fire within him. He was determined to honor his father's legacy by achieving the footballing greatness that João had always dreamed of. The streets of Vila Nova and the indoor courts of futsal became Ronaldinho's true classrooms. It was here that his raw talent was honed into something truly special. Street football, with its emphasis on improvisation, close control, and audacious tricks, became his playground. Ronaldinho's exceptional ball control and dribbling skills were evident from a young age. He possessed an uncanny ability to weave through opponents as if they weren't even there, his feet dancing with the ball in perfect harmony. Futsal, with its fast-paced, small-sided nature, further enhanced his close control and quick thinking. The confined spaces of the indoor courts forced him to think and react quickly, developing his lightning reflexes and his ability to conjure up moments of magic in the blink of an eye. It was during these formative years that Ronaldinho's signature style began to emerge, a captivating blend of skill, flair, and an infectious joy for the game. Ronaldinho Gaucho. The name itself evokes a sense of magic, a promise of something special. In 2001, this young Brazilian, with a dazzling smile and even more dazzling footwork, arrived at Paris Saint-Germain, bringing with him the hopes and dreams of a nation. Leaving behind the familiar shores of Brazil for the bright lights of Paris was a significant step for the 21-year-old. He faced the challenge of adapting to a new culture, a new language, and a new style of play. But Ronaldinho was never one to shy away from a challenge. He embraced the Parisian life, immersing himself in the city's vibrant culture while letting his magic unfold on the pitch. The Parisian crowd, known for their discerning taste, was immediately captivated. They had never seen anything quite like him before. Ronaldinho possessed an almost supernatural ability to control the ball. It seemed as if the ball was glued to his feet, obeying his every command. His dribbling was mesmerizing, a blur of step-overs, shimmies, and feints that left defenders bewildered and fans in awe. He brought joy to the game, playing with a smile on his face that was infectious. Ronaldinho wasn't just playing football, he was dancing with it, orchestrating a beautiful, captivating spectacle. Ronaldinho's magic wasn't limited to his dribbling skills. He was a complete footballer, capable of scoring spectacular goals and creating countless opportunities for his teammates. His passing was exquisite, finding teammates in tight spaces with pinpoint accuracy. His vision was unparalleled, seeing passes that others couldn't even imagine. And when he scored, it was often a work of art, a combination of skill, power, and audacity. Defenders across Europe quickly learned that tackling Ronaldinho was like trying to catch the wind. He was simply too quick, too elusive, too unpredictable. He would leave them grasping at thin air, their ankles broken, their pride shattered. But there was no malice in Ronaldinho's game, no intent to humiliate. He played with a childlike joy, a love for the game that was evident in every touch, every pass, every smile. He wasn't just trying to win, he was trying to entertain, to share his gift with the world. The world truly took notice of Ronaldinho's genius during the 2002 FIFA World Cup. Brazil, the land of samba and football, was on a mission to reclaim its place at the top of the footballing world. And Ronaldinho was at the heart of it all, leading a star-studded team that included Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and Roberto Carlos. He was the creative spark, the unpredictable force that terrified defenses and inspired his teammates. One moment in particular stands out in the annals of World Cup history. In the quarterfinal against England, Ronaldinho produced a moment of pure magic that encapsulated his genius. With Brazil trailing, he received the ball wide on the right flank. What followed was a masterclass in dribbling, balance, and audacity. He danced past Ashley Cole as if he wasn't even there, leaving the English defender bewildered and flat-footed. Then, with the world watching in anticipation, he unleashed a dipping, swerving free kick from an improbable angle that sailed over David Seaman's outstretched hand and into the back of the net. It was a goal for the ages, a moment of pure footballing ecstasy. Section 4, a new challenge. Ronaldinho conquers Barcelona. After conquering the world with Brazil, Ronaldinho set his sights on a new challenge, reviving the fortunes of FC Barcelona. The Catalan Giants had been in the shadow of their arch-rivals Real Madrid for several seasons, and they craved a savior, someone who could restore their former glory. Ronaldinho, with his infectious smile and magical feet, was the perfect man for the job. His arrival at the Camp Nou in 2003 sparked a new era of dominance for Barcelona. He formed a formidable partnership with Samuel Eto'o and a young Lionel Messi, leading the team to 2 consecutive La Liga titles and the coveted UEFA Champions League trophy in 2006. Ronaldinho's impact extended beyond trophies and titles. He brought back the joy, the flair, the attacking philosophy that had defined Barcelona's glorious past. He was the catalyst for a new generation of stars, inspiring a young Lionel Messi to reach his full potential.
The year was 2003. Barcelona were in a dark place. The club was desperate for a saviour. They needed someone to lift them from the shadows. Enter Ronaldinho Gaucho, a Brazilian with magic in his boots, and a smile that could light up the Camp Nou. Ronaldinho wasn't just a footballer, he was a phenomenon. He didn't just play the game, he danced with it. With every touch, every flick, every no-look pass, he brought joy back to the Camp Nou. Ronaldinho's arrival was a breath of fresh air. He brought with him the spirit of samba, the flair of Brazil, and a love for the game that was infectious. He reminded everyone why they fell in love with football in the first place. Its sheer, unadulterated joy. He was a showman, an artist, a magician disguised as a footballer. Of course, Ronaldinho brought success to Barcelona. He led them to 2 La Liga titles and the Champions League in 2006. But his impact went far beyond trophies. He transformed the club's mentality. He instilled a belief that anything was possible. He made Barcelona cool again. He had a unique ability to lift his teammates and the fans with a single moment of brilliance. A mazy dribble, a defense-splitting pass, a rocket shot from distance. Ronaldinho had it all. He was a joy to watch, and his infectious enthusiasm spread throughout the team and the city. Ronaldinho's style of play was pure magic. He played with a freedom and creativity that was mesmerizing. He had an arsenal of tricks and flicks that left defenders bewildered. He was a master of the unexpected, the elastico, the no-look pass, the flip-flap. He made the difficult look effortless, but it wasn't just about the tricks. Ronaldinho possessed incredible vision and passing range. He could unlock defenses with a single pass. He played with a smile on his face, as if he was enjoying every second on the pitch. He reminded the world that football was about more than just winning. It was about entertainment, about passion, about beauty. Section 4. A mentor and a friend. Ronaldinho's time at Barcelona coincided with the emergence of a young Lionel Messi. The Brazilian embraced the Argentine prodigy, taking him under his wing. He saw the potential in Messi and nurtured it. He encouraged him to express himself, to play with freedom and joy. Ronaldinho's guidance was crucial in Messi's development. He showed him what it meant to be a Barcelona player. He taught him the importance of playing with flair and creativity. He passed the torch to Messi, knowing that the young Argentine would go on to achieve even greater things. Section 5. The legacy of the magician. Ronaldinho's time at Barcelona may have been relatively short, but his impact was profound. He brought joy back to the Camp Nou. He inspired a generation of footballers. He showed the world that football could be beautiful and entertaining. He left a legacy of joy, creativity, and a love for the beautiful game. His influence can still be seen today in the way Barcelona play and in the brilliance of Lionel Messi. Ronaldinho may have hung up his boots, but his magic lives on. He will forever be remembered as the magician who brought the smile back to Barcelona. Ronaldinho was pure magic. He danced with the ball, he mesmerized opponents. This was Ronaldinho at his peak. He was unstoppable. At Barcelona, he was the undisputed king. He led the team to glory, 2 La Liga titles, the Champions League trophy in 2006. His smile lit up the Camp Nou. He played with joy. Everyone loved him. His feet were faster than thought. He could dribble past anyone. No defender could stop him. He saw passes others couldn't even imagine. His tricks and flicks were legendary. He invented new ways to play the game. Ronaldinho wasn't just a footballer. He was an artist. He painted masterpieces on the pitch. But even stars fade. After reaching the pinnacle, Ronaldinho's form dipped. His commitment to training wavered. The discipline he once showed started to slip. The 2006 World Cup was a disappointment. Brazil, the reigning champions, crashed out in the quarterfinals. Ronaldinho wasn't the same. He seemed distracted, out of sorts. Back in Barcelona, whispers of his off-field activities grew louder. The partying, the nightlife. It was affecting his game. The magic was slowly fading. His influence on the pitch waned. He wasn't the unstoppable force he once was. The smiles became less frequent. The joy seemed to be diminishing. As Ronaldinho's star dimmed, another began to rise. A young Lionel Messi was emerging from the shadows. He was ready to take the mantle from his idol. Messi, with his incredible talent and work ethic, was destined for greatness. He learned from the best, watching Ronaldinho closely, but he was ready to carve his own path. Ronaldinho recognized Messi's potential. He knew his time at the top was coming to an end. He had paved the way for the next generation. The torch was being passed. It was a bittersweet moment, but Ronaldinho, with his characteristic generosity, embraced the young Argentine. He knew Messi would take Barcelona to new heights. Section 4, A New Hope in Milan. In 2008, Ronaldinho left Barcelona. He joined AC Milan, hoping to rediscover his form. He was determined to prove his doubters wrong. He started brightly in Italy. Glimpses of the old magic returned. He scored crucial goals, reminding everyone of his brilliance, but it was a fleeting resurgence. Injuries began to take their toll. His consistency waned. The Italian League was more tactical, less forgiving of his free-flowing style. Off the field, the old temptations resurfaced. The discipline issues returned. The magic was flickering, threatening to disappear completely. Section 5, the final act. Ronaldinho left Milan in 2011. He returned to Brazil, seeking solace in a final hurrah. He played for Flamengo, Atletico Mineiro, and Fluminense. He showed sporadic brilliance. Moments of genius reminded everyone of his extraordinary talent, but they were just flashes, not the sustained brilliance of old. He even had a short stint in Mexico with Querétaro, a final adventure before hanging up his boots. Ronaldinho's career was a roller coaster, a meteoric rise, a slow decline, and a final poignant farewell. To Section 6, the enduring magic of Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho's story is not just about trophies and titles, it's about the joy he brought to the game. He played with a smile on his face, entertaining millions around the world. He reminded us that football is about more than just winning. It's about expressing yourself, taking risks, and having fun. His legacy is not defined by statistics or records. It's about the memories he created, the emotions he evoked. Ronaldinho may have faded from the spotlight, but his magic lives on, in the hearts of fans who were lucky enough to witness his genius. He was and always will be a true icon of the beautiful game. Football is a game of numbers. Goals, assists, trophies. These are the metrics we often use to define greatness, but some figures transcend statistics. Some players leave a mark on the game that goes far beyond the confines of a spreadsheet. Ronaldinho is one such player. His legacy isn't just about the silverware he collected or the goals he scored. It's about the way he made us feel. It's about the joy he brought to the beautiful game. Ronaldinho's impact on football is immeasurable. He reminded us that football at its heart is about entertainment. It's about expressing yourself on the pitch. It's about playing with a smile on your face. His infectious enthusiasm was a breath of fresh air. It reminded us why we fell in love with the sport in the first place. He wasn't just a footballer, he was an artist. The ball was his paintbrush, the pitch his canvas. Every touch, every dribble, every pass was infused with a unique blend of flair and precision. He made the difficult look effortless, the impossible seem routine. He danced through defences with an almost balletic grace, leaving a trail of bewildered opponents in his wake. Ronaldinho's impact on football transcended generations. He inspired countless young boys and girls to pick up a ball and dream. He showed them that anything is possible with hard work, dedication, and a little bit of joy, and his legacy continues to inspire. Name whispered with reverence by aspiring footballers all over the world. Ronaldinho was more than just a footballer. He was a magician with the ball at his feet. He played with an unmatched joy and freedom. He made the complex look simple. He could dribble past defenders as if they weren't even there. His tricks and flicks were legendary. He was a true artist of the game. Ronaldinho reminded us why we love football. It's not all about winning at all costs. It's about expressing yourself. It's about entertaining the fan. And nobody entertained quite like Ronaldinho. He played with a smile on his face. You could see the pure joy he got from playing the beautiful game. He had a unique ability to make the impossible seem possible. He could score goals from seemingly impossible angles. He could thread passes through the eye of a needle. He could dribble past entire defences without breaking a sweat. He was a true one-off, a player who redefined what was possible on a football pitch. Ronaldinho's style of play was captivating. He moved with a certain swagger. He had an aura about him. Opponents were often left mesmerised, unsure of what he would do next. But one thing was for sure, it would be spectacular. He was a showman, but he won trophies at every club he played for. He won the World Cup with Brazil. He even won the Ballon d'Or, awarded to the best player in the world. Ronaldinho's influence on the game is undeniable. He inspired a generation of footballers to play with flair and excitement. Young players like Lionel Messi, Neymar and Kylian Mbappe all cite Ronaldinho as a major influence. They grew up watching him light up stadiums around the world. They were inspired by his skill, his creativity and his love for the game. Messi in particular has often spoken about how Ronaldinho helped him during his early days at Barcelona. Ronaldinho was already a global superstar, yet he took the young Messi under his wing. He nurtured his talent and helped him to settle into life at one of the biggest clubs in the world. The impact of Ronaldinho's guidance can be seen in Messi's own mesmerizing style of play. Neymar, another Brazilian superstar, also credits Ronaldinho as a major influence. He grew up idolizing Ronaldinho. He tried to emulate his tricks and flicks in the streets of Sao Paulo. Today, Neymar plays with the same joy and freedom that Ronaldinho embodied. He is a worthy heir to Ronaldinho's legacy as the provider of Brazilian magic on the pitch. Mbappe, the French phenomenon, is another player who was inspired by Ronaldinho. He has spoken about how he used to watch videos of Ronaldinho's skills and goals over and over again. Mbappe, like Ronaldinho, has a unique ability to make the game look effortless. He moves with incredible speed and agility, gliding past defenders as if they are standing still. Section 4, a global icon. Ronaldinho's appeal transcended borders and languages. He was a global superstar. He was adored in every corner of the world, from the favelas of Brazil to the streets of Paris. His name was chanted by millions. His smile was infectious, his talent undeniable. He connected with people on a human level, regardless of their background or nationality. He was a true ambassador for the sport, spreading joy wherever he went. In a world often divided by politics and conflict, Ronaldinho's universal appeal was a refreshing reminder of the unifying power of sport. He showed us that no matter our differences, we can all come together to celebrate the beautiful game. Ronaldinho's impact on the global game was immense. He helped to raise the profile of football in Asia and North America. He was a marketing dream, his face plastered on billboards and television screens all over the world. But Ronaldinho was more than just a brand. He was a role model for millions, a symbol of hope and inspiration. He showed that with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. He came from humble beginnings but rose to the very top of the game. He never forgot his roots and used his platform to give back to his community. He was a shining example of how sport can be a force for good in the world. Section 5, shaping football. Ronaldinho's influence extended beyond the pitch. He was a cultural icon. He helped to redefine how football was played. He brought a sense of joy and exuberance to the game that was infectious. He made it cool to be a fan again. He bridged the gap between sport and entertainment. He was one of the first footballers to truly embrace the digital age. He understood the power of social media. He used his platforms to connect with fans around the world. He shared glimpses of his life off the pitch, his infectious personality shining through. He became more than just a footballer. He was a global superstar. His signature style with his flowing hair and ever-present grin became instantly recognizable. He popped the use of tricks and flicks, inspiring a generation of young players to express themselves on the pitch. He made football fun again, reminding us all why we fell in love with the beautiful game in the first place. Ronaldinho's influence can still be felt today. The current generation of footballers, many of whom grew up idolizing him, play with a similar sense of joy and freedom. They are not afraid to express themselves on the pitch. They understand that football is about entertainment as it is about winning. Section 6, the human element. Ronaldinho wasn't perfect. He had his flaws, both on and off the pitch. There were times when his career seemed to drift. There were moments when his commitment was questioned, but perhaps these imperfections only make his story more compelling. They remind us that he was human, just like the rest of us. And yet, he still achieved greatness. He never shied away from his working-class background. He remained grounded despite his global fame and fortune. He never lost his love for the game, even when things weren't going his way. In many ways, his flaws made him more relatable, more human. His story is a reminder that even the most gifted individuals face challenges in life. It's a reminder that it's okay to stumble and fall as long as you get back up and keep going. And it's a reminder that even amidst the immense pressure of professional sport, it's important to never lose sight of the joy of the game. His story is an inspiration to us all. He teaches us that we can achieve our dreams if we are willing to work hard and never give up. He teaches us that it's okay to be ourselves, to express ourselves, and to never lose sight of the things that bring us joy. Section 7, an eternal smile. Ronaldinho's legacy will endure. It will live on through the countless players he inspired, the millions of fans he entertained, and the memories he etched into the hearts of football lovers worldwide. He may not have always been the most disciplined player, but he was undoubtedly one of the most gifted. He played with a smile on his face, and he made us smile too. In a world that can often feel cynical and jaded, Ronaldinho reminded us of the simple joy of playing the beautiful game. He showed us that football can be more than just a sport. It can be an art form, a celebration of life, and a source of pure, unadulterated joy. The trophies and individual accolades, while impressive, will fade with time. But the memory of Ronaldinho, the artist, the entertainer, the genius with the ball at his feet, will live on forever. He will be remembered as the man who made us fall in love with football all over again. His spirit will forever be etched in the history of the game. He will forever be remembered for his dazzling skills, his infectious smile, and the pure joy he brought to the beautiful game. And long after he hangs up his boots, his legacy will live on, inspiring generations to come to play with the same joy, freedom, and love for the game that he embodied.
What happens when the crowd stops cheering? When the boots come off and the lights finally dim? For most footballers, retirement means silence. But Ronaldinho, retirement just became another stage. Welcome back to Legends of the Pitch, the channel where I dive deep into the greatest football stories ever told. If you've been with me through Ronaldinho's rise, his reign, and yes, even his fall, smash that like button, share with your football crew, and don't forget to subscribe. Because today we're exploring a side of Ronaldinho you've never seen, life after football. Let's be real. He might have hung up his boots, but Ronaldinho never disappeared. The world didn't let him. From the day he announced retirement in 2018, invitations just kept pouring in. Charity matches, Legends games, international appearances. Because anywhere he went, joy followed. He became football's global ambassador of happiness. But here's the twist. Before football, there was music. And after football, Ronaldinho went right back to it. Yes, he released music. Yes, he sings. And yes, the man can absolutely shred on guitar. This wasn't just some hobby. He took it seriously. Samba, pagode, reggaeton. Ronaldinho brought the same flair to music as he did to football. Why? Because joy, rhythm, style, those were always in his blood. Off the field, Ronaldinho became a brand. His iconic R10 logo, suddenly it was everywhere. Clothing lines, sneakers, even energy drinks. He jumped into business with the same unpredictability he brought to the pitch. From fashion collabs to launching NFTs and digital content, he even had his own crypto coin at one point. Not everything turned to gold, but in true Ronaldinho style, he kept experimenting. But let's be honest, even legends can stumble. In 2020, Ronaldinho and his brother got arrested in Paraguay for allegedly using fake documents. What started as a quick visit turned into over a month in jail and 5 months of house arrest. But here's the thing, even there he lit up the room. He signed autographs, played football, and somehow left prison with more fans than when he walked in. It was strange, it was surreal. But Ronaldinho handled it the only way he knew how, with charm, calm, and that unstoppable smile. As the years rolled on, Ronaldinho turned his spotlight to giving back. He launched youth projects, helped fund training centers, and mentored Brazil's next wave of talent. He knew his power wasn't in his feet anymore, it was in his name, and he used it. He never stopped being part of the game. He joined FIFA's Legends program, popped up at World Cup draws, traveled the globe representing the sport he loved. Ronaldinho became the cool uncle of world football. Wise, warm, always ready with a joke or a trick. And the next generation, they didn't forget. His legacy only grew. Today you see his influence everywhere. In freestyle culture, in futsal, in street football, in TikTok tricks. He became more than a player. He became a language, a style, a symbol. Ronaldinho may have left the pitch, but the pitch never left him. His post-football life wasn't perfect. It was messy, spontaneous, wild. Exactly like his playing days. And maybe that's the real legacy. Living with joy, making people smile, and never pretending to be anything but himself. He didn't just inspire a generation of footballers. He reminded the world what football is supposed to feel like. Free, fun, fearless. Thank you, Ronaldinho, for never letting the game grow old. This has been the final chapter in my Ronaldinho series here on Legends of the Pitch. If you've loved this journey, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. What does Ronaldinho mean to you? Who should I cover next?